I'm so sorry my battery died down. I was busy seeing two other things and I didn't concentrate and it shut off. So no problem. Starting again, okay? I'm so sorry. Please come back. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Stephen. I'm also so foolish, I should have connected it first, but I was just doing other things and I didn't concentrate on, I was doing other things. I didn't concentrate on. And when I saw the signal, I connected immediately, but it went off. Anyway, no problem, no problem. Start again. Right? What else to do? Start again. Same thing happened with Aling today. CK, you and I faced the same problem today. You went off and I also went off. We both had to return and create a new one. I don't like when it happens, but the trend is lost. The trend is lost. I showed up right after it ended. Yeah, the battery went off so fast. I cannot understand. It normally hangs on. It just showed up and I quickly connected it. But when I turned around, it had already shut down. CK is playing the piano. Let me go and check what is happening. No matter what they tell us, no matter what they say. Do, 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 do. She's playing the piano. Younger son is very good, no? He plays and he sings in the choir also. Thank you, Chona L3. Thank you, Ren L4. Thank you, Saliram, for passing by. Thank you, Maya. Thank you, Pita. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Chona. Thank you, CK, for coming back. I don't like when it happens and you have to come back, But what to do? It is what it is. Right, Chona? It is what it is. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Can you believe I was so busy yesterday also? I did not even try to check about my headphone. You know, I didn't even have time to do that really. It doesn't take a long time, but I did not have the time to go back and do all that. Do, 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 do. 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 Do, 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 do. 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 I better keep quiet so you can listen to the piano, the pianist playing the piano. No wonder her son is so good in the piano also. He plays for the church choir and all. I always wanted to learn to play the piano, but it was too expensive in my days, too expensive. So I couldn't learn. My parents couldn't afford to pay for the classes. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. And went back to the wild side of life. I have to leave at 9:30. Okay, Stephen, no worries. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Do, do, do. After going down the road to see a little girl. Bimbo is a little boy who's got a million eyes. And every time he passes by, they all invite him in. Sing and dance and clap his hands and with a hole in his pants and his knees sticking out. Down the street he goes. Bimbo, bimbo, where you gonna go, yo? Bimbo, bimbo, what you gonna do, yo? Bimbo, bimbo, does your mommy know that you're going down the road to see a little girl, yo? Every time he passes by, they all invite him in. Dance and clap his hands and Bimbo, bimbo, where you gonna go, yo? Bimbo, bimbo, what you gonna do, yo? Bimbo, bimbo, does your mommy know that you're going down the road to see a little girl, yo? Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do. Strawberries, cherries, and the angels kiss in spring. My summer wine is being made from all these things. Put up your silver spurs and to pass the time, and I will give to you some summer wine. Oh, summer wine. Do, 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 do. And I will give to you some summer wine. Oh, summer wine. Do, 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 do. It's now or never. Come hold me tight. Kiss me, my darling. Talking about today's theme, the K2. The K2 is the Kanchenjunga peak. After Mount Everest, the Kanchenjunga is the second highest in the world. And then I think comes the one in Africa, Mount Kilimanjaro. on Kilimanjaro or something like that. Bonjour, Véronique. Comment ça va? Moi, très bien. So K2 is Kanchenjunga Peak and second highest in the world. And I think Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa is the third highest. If I remember, I'm not too sure. But when I was doing my teachers training in Darjeeling, from the school level, we could see the Kanchenjunga Peak. We could see the Kanchenjunga Peak when it was a clear day. It was so beautiful to watch. Wow. And sometimes the sun is shining on the mountain and the snow is glistening, Wow. Beautiful sight. So it was like pretty close, pretty close for us to see it, though it was many miles away. I'll switch off the light. Today the sun is up. Today there's sun, so it's not a cloudy weather. So it may get a little hotter later on. Veronic, I'm climbing a kind of mountain. I'm upload photos to an external hard drive. I have thousands of photos in my PC. Yes, you better separate it, save it in something else. But you need extra backup, not just a hard drive, because if you save it to an external hard drive, that drive, if it's not stored properly, it can get corrupted. It can get corrupted because that is what happened to, I think it happened to Pita, right, Pita? Your external hard drive got corrupted, right? So that is also another problem. The sun is coming in my eye. I can go to the other side. I can go and sit the other side, but then charging my laptop. I don't want it to go off again. Let me see how much percentage. 37%. I should have just charged it when I came. It is charged. I think it's better to sit here. I don't need to charge my phone. My phone is okay. It's still cold. Away from these memories, my life I have spent. So yeah, we could see Kanchenjunga from our college. If we went up to the school building, our college was a little lower, lots of trees, so we couldn't see. But when we went to the school level, we could see clear because there was a football field, a games field, and straight from there clear we could see, Kanchenjunga. Beautiful. I have a picture of that Kanchenjunga. Let me see the. I'm just Googling and looking here, but it says Mount Everest is the highest at 29,029 feet. And then comes K2. And then comes Kanchenjunga. So Kanchenjunga and K2 are two separate mountains. K2 is 28,251 feet. Kanchenjunga is 28,169 feet. And then comes Lhotse at 27,940. Never heard of that. Don't know why Kilimanjaro was in my mind. And then comes Makalu at 27,838. I wonder where these mountains are. Where are they? What a moment it must have been for Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay, no? When they were the first people to finally reach the summit of Mount Everest. So many others lost their lives trying to reach the summit. And what a moment it must have been for both of them, Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay. K2 is in the Karakoram mountain range in the Himalayas. Okay. K stands for Karakoram. That's the mountain range in the Himalayas. Okay. So K2 is a separate one from Kanchenjunga. It's also called the Savage Mountain because it is the deadliest mountain range for explorers to conquer. Mount Everest has a mortality rate. That means how many people died, right? So Everest has a mortality rate of 4%, but K2 has a mortality rate of 29%. So can you imagine how much more dangerous scaling K2 is compared to Mount Everest? More people lose their lives. Wow. I've never understood Why people risk their lives just to say they climbed to the top. Peter says, I'm going live now. How is the weather in Canada? Veronique says, is it holidays this Monday? Oh, this Monday is a holiday? I don't know. I don't know. I've lost track of all holidays, and for me, every day is a holiday. So I really don't know. So yeah, I don't know. Every day is a holiday. Stephen, it's a matter of conquering the unknown, right? It's a matter of conquering the unknown. If early explorers did not take the risk of traveling around, new countries would never have been discovered. Like, think of all the Spanish and the Portuguese, travelers. How many lost their lives before they finally reached India? The route that they took, going right around the Cape of Good Hope in Africa, and that is a very treacherous area. Very treacherous for ships. But they all took that risk. They all wanted to come to India to trade. So if people did not take risks, I don't think inventions would have occurred, right? Places would never have been discovered. And then it's always the thing about being successful in something that is unknown, right? You know, imagine the first people that would have tried to climb up mountains, right? They do not know anything about the terrain, they don't know anything. Years later, people have documented stuff. So the people who are going later on know where to go, where not to go, where are the dangerous pockets. They know so many more things compared to the earliest people who first started to do this, right? So yeah, I think it's that way. I think it's that way. You just do it, to conquer the unknown. And if you're the first one to do something, you gain a lot of fame and fortune, maybe. So yeah, I don't know. What about the person who first crossed the Bristol Channel by swimming, from one end to the other? Many did not make it earlier, right? But after the first guy was able to do it, so many others have done it. But that water is also very cold. The adrenaline uh, rush, like the rush, adrenaline rush. Let me check, Veronica, if it's a holiday in Canada. Okay, so Kanchenjunga is the third highest. K2 is different. K2 is the Karakoram. Okay, so I must remember that. I always thought Kanchenjunga is the second highest. But the Karakoram, the K2 is most dangerous, 29% mortality rate. Lhotse. One thing, all the highest mountains, the first five mountains are all in the Himalayan region only. All the five highest mountains are in the Himalayan region. Wow. Wow. Okay, that much for that. Not bad. Okay, so that's that. I've never understood why people. Yeah, true, true. No, no. I can understand it. I can understand. And see, the risking of the life, it just happens to be. You can be successful, or like going up Mount Everest or whatever it is. Like you never know what the weather will be. Never know when there will be an avalanche. You never know. So many things are, uncertain, unpredictable. You never know when a crevice will suddenly open, and suck you in. You never know when there will be a blizzard or a snowstorm. So there are so many factors, So it's not that people were very unsuccessful, but maybe they went and they scaled at the wrong time. Yeah, it could be that it was at the wrong time when, they faced greater hazards than people at other times who were successful face less hazards. So, so though the element of risk is surely there, but it also depends on, so many other conditions. You try sailing from one place to another, and at that time when you're sailing, the sea is very smooth and calm. So, you do it well. And yet there might be another time when it's a choppy sea, and suddenly it gets turbulence and winds and rain and God knows what all. Then the journey becomes hazardous, right? So the risk factor is mainly also because of other conditions that could or could not happen. I don't know. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. Just as your opinion is right, also. Why take a risk, right? Why take a risk just to do something? But without risk, nothing is gained. Business is a risk, but people do it, right? Business is a risk, but people do it. When COVID came along, so many businesses shut down and never opened again. Many businesses shut down and opened, and there were some businesses that still continued during COVID, as though nothing happened, right? Income might have been less, but they still continued. So, yeah, there are many underlying factors, many underlying factors. But I think people have to be adventurous. People have to try new things and that is why we are where we are today, and we know so much more, right? Imagine when they sent people up to the moon, up in space, they knew nothing about space, right? Whatever they had was limited, right? Whatever they had was limited. things were very limited. Yes, Stephen, you're right in a way, but there are many things that are gained. First of all, like I said, if people didn't try to venture out and find new routes, today we would still be stuck within our country or within our confines of our home. We would be scared to go out of our safe comfort zone. We would not be knowing about other places in the world. We would not be knowing about other countries. We would not be knowing about customs. We will not be knowing about all these things, right? And then things like mountaineering, canoeing, sailing, all these are hobbies, right? All these are hobbies. You may take a simple thing like swimming, all right, swimming, and you can still drown in a pool, right? You can still drown in a pool. So everybody says, okay, don't go swimming because we can even drown in a pool. So nobody will do anything, right? Nobody will do anything. Everything is a risk. You crossing the road is a risk, right? You crossing the road is a risk. You never know when some drunk person will come and knock you over. Even if the pedestrian crossing is showing green, you get people zooming past, right? So when you look at anything, everything is a risk. In our daily life, the normal routine we follow, everything is a risk. You go in to have a shower, it's a risk because you never know when you can slip and fall and hurt yourself or die. So everything is a risk. Some have a greater amount of risk, some have less, but to me, everything we do is a risk, even in our normal lives. Like I'm saying, going in for a shower is a risk, crossing a road is a risk. So, yeah, the degrees of difficulty for risk is great, true. But then mountaineering is a passion, a hobby for people, right? Because imagine they have to put in so much of effort to learn, experiment, climb, scale up smaller mountains just to get the feel of it. Like I know there are many, of course, today it's a money making racket, but there are many expeditions being held to go to the first base camp. If you can make it to the first base camp of Mount Everest, well, that's half the battle won. So, yeah, why are people paying so much money just to get that experience? This could be risking their lives. But I don't know. Uh, Veronic says, did you climb on a high mountain walking or with cable car? Like, I was telling you about in my college days when I was going to Sikkim. I was walking along a narrow gravel path with a sheer drop on one side and a mountain on the other side, rock, sheer rock, and this side. And if somebody happened to be coming across, I don't know how we would be able to just squeeze past each other. That is how broad that was. My hair stands today when I think of me doing that. But the guy that was leading this other guy and myself, that Joe's witness brother, Benjamin Raj, his name was. So the Sikkimese guy that was leading us was walking casually. And believe me, at that time, I did not even bother to look around, I was just concentrating on walking because it's gravel, you can easily slip also, right? Now, why did we take that route? Was that the only route? I don't know. I just don't know. If ever I have a chance of going and meeting the same people, I don't know where the brother Benjamin Raj is today, but if I could meet, I could ask somebody, like, why did we go down that route? Wasn't there any other route? I did not know that we were going down such a route. But yeah, we did it because when we returned another route. I don't remember ever coming back that route. It was only going. So, yeah. The other two boys and myself, George Francis and Micah Pollock and myself, we went scaling down the rocks and all that, without any kind of gear, no protective gear, no experience from before about rock climbing. But we did that till we came to a place where we could go down, but we would never be able to make our way up. And if we went down, we were scared as to where will we get stuck? And what if we cannot go up and we cannot go down either? Then what are we going to do? Those days there were no mobile phones and nothing like that. And even if we had to yell and scream, I don't think there was anybody nearby. So then we called it a day and we said, let's climb back again. And we were doing it with our bare hands, Would I do that today? No. That's what is called taking a risk. Would I do that today? No, because if I do that today, I'm really taking a risk for my life. I would not do that. But in those years, we did not think anything about it being a risk or anything we just did it. We did it for the experience. We gained that experience, right? That we did something like that. And it was a wonderful feeling. It was wonderful. We came by a stream. We were able to relax, lie down, eat our snacks over there. I have a lot of pictures of that. I have my pictures, which I have shown y'all. I've shown y'all my pictures. So we did not think, that it's a risk to our lives and, those kind of things. We didn't think. We just did it for the experience, to enjoy something new, a new adventure. Yeah, I don't know. Like bungee jumping is something I will never do. I'll never take the risk for bungee jumping because in my mind, it's always, what if that cable snaps? What if that rubber snaps? Finished. That's the end, right? Plus that rush going down, the rush when you jump and you go down, I don't know whether I'll survive that rush. So that's one thing. I never wanted to do bungee jumping. Never. I am afraid of heights. When I go to a high place and I look down, I can feel I'm getting dizzy. I feel as though I will fall at any time. But has that stopped me from going? No, it hasn't stopped me. I have gone. I've gone in the past. I've gone now also. Take, for example, when I went to Australia last year, right? In April last year, when I went to Australia, I have a video on that, right? You have to go up to this high level. You sit down, and there's a bar in front of you. You reach out and you hold that bar, and then you lurch forward. Once you lurch forward, there's no going back. Nobody can bring you back and all. You have to just drop. You have to drop down, and it's a giant slide. My two friends with me, they didn't risk it. They said, no. What if we get injured? What if something happens to our back and all that? Yeah. So they didn't. That's a risk. They didn't want to take it. But there were so many doing it. Youngsters doing it. Elderly people doing it. Elderly means I don't think anybody as old as me did it. But they all look younger people. But so many people were doing it, and I said, come on, I want to experience it. I want to do it. And what the hell, you could injure your back when you drop, onto the slide. You could injure your back, but I wanted to experience it. I wanted to see everybody else is doing it. So why can't I also do it? So yes, I did that. I went up, I jumped, I left my hands. Was I scared? Yes. Was my heart in my mouth? Yes. Was I frightened? Yes. Was all the wrong things going through my mind? Yes. But did I give up? No. So finally I let go. And yeah, when I got up, I said, I'm going again. My friend said, what? I said, yes. Because first time I was nervous, I was frightened, I was scared. But now I know what it is to, what experience it is. I know. So I want to go and do it again. And I want to enjoy it this time, right? Because when I did it the first time, it was all frightened me. But now I said, I want to enjoy it. I want to do it. And so I went up and did it a second time. And I enjoyed the second time because I know what to expect, right? I know what I am going to expect. So I did it the second time and I enjoyed it the second time. So, yes, did I take a second risk? Yes, I took a second risk. But I enjoyed the experience better because the first time I was nervous, right? Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. If I could do something like that, why not people will do, who love mountaineering and all, they would naturally want to do something more. Veronic, my granddaughters are learning climbing. Yeah, very good. There's another Filipino who's working in Hong Kong. They work as housekeepers and maids and all, right? So everybody used to ridicule her. She put up a post, everybody used to ridicule her and, call her a coward and blah, blah, blah. And she's got a recent video she put up a few days ago of her doing rock climbing. Of course, they have all the ropes and all that attached to them, but she was doing rock climbing. And she climbed up and she climbed down. And it's not easy, because you're still finding your way, you're trying to find your footing, you're trying to find your grips. And she did it, and she posted partly in English and partly in the Filipino language, Tagalog or Bisaya or whatever language it was, but Filipino language. And the English translation also said, now where are those people who call me a coward? And she did it, recently. She did it. So, yes. Did she say, oh, I'm taking a risk? Of course, ropes and all are there. But even with ropes and all, anything can happen, right? When you're falling, you can be landing on the sharp edge of a rock. You can be banging your head against the rock. With the rope swinging, you can be banging your head against the rock. It is risky. There are so many dangers that unknown that can happen. But people do it, right? People do it. So I don't know. Climbing will be present for Olympic Games. Oh, they are doing that also. They're adding that to the Olympic Games. Wow. Wow, that's good. Oh, I better go and uh, comment on Arling's live stream. There'll be no one you but you for me. Like so many people try something, right? They try something and then they find no, it's not their cup of tea, and then they give it up, right? So many people do things. Like I remember how my friends told me, no, no, we are not going up. We are not going to do that. Talking about cable car, When I went to New Zealand, and then like a family, like we were passing by, and then we saw this cable car. We said, "Wow, let's go by the cable car. We'll get a good view and all that." And when we went in the cable car, we got a good view of the city. But I've never seen a cable car like this before. For me, cable car is the rope, correct? The ropeway, like you sit in that box and it's taking you from one place to the other. That's a cable car. When I went to Australia with my friends, yeah, we went by cable car where the three sisters are, the peak, the three sisters. So yeah, we went by cable car from one place, and see all the scenery around and down and all that. But in New Zealand, Wellington, when we went to the cable car, it was like a monorail system. A monorail. You just go up and all that, like a car thing type, monorail. You just go up and all that, and it shows you the view of the city and come back. I was shocked. I said, "Oh my God!" And you pay quite a good bit for it. All right, quite a good bit. It's expensive. And I was very disappointed. I said, "No, this is not my thing of work. Why do they call it a cable car? It's not running on a cable. It's like a monorail. It's not a cable. So why do they call it a cable car? It's misleading, misleading." I told them at the office, "You're very misleading," I said. "You should at least put up pictures of what kind of a cable car, all those kind of things." Very misleading, I said. Very misleading. This is not a cable car. So why do they call it a cable car? I have no idea. Something on my glasses. I have to get rid of it. Thank you, CK. Thank you. Thank you, Veronica. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, everybody else who's here. Chona Ren. First time cable car may be frightening. Yes, yes, it would be frightening. When you're doing it the first time, you're always frightened. What if the cable breaks? What if this happens? What if that happens? Correct. But then just because it can happen, you don't go in it like, no, it's not that way, right? You do it. Now in Australia, they have they have the cable car, and then they have another thing. I forget what they call it. And that is like the monorail system, You get into this thing like a train, like, all compartments are there. And it has a dome. You can close it if you want or leave it open. And it goes steep down, down, very steep. And you can choose the angle of inclination for your seat. For your seat, you can choose the angle of inclination. But you have to choose it for the whole row. Whoever's sitting there, everybody agrees on that inclination you can choose. Very scary. Very scary. If you cover yourself with the dome, the top, you feel it's okay. But if you don't, it's really scary. But we all did it, all three of us. That they did. That they did. The cable car did it. That they did. But this other place we went to, jumping on the giant slide, they didn't. And it is inside a building, a museum like. But they didn't do that. They didn't do that. And when we went to buy the tickets, there are three different things that you can do, there. So when we asked them about like what is the cost, because we didn't want to go on they didn't want to go on something. So they said we won't go on this ride. But the guy at the thing says it doesn't matter which ride you want to go. You buy your ticket and you can go on any ride as you want, as many times as you want. So it's just one flat fee. One flat fee. Not bad, right? Not bad. So yeah, but we went just one ride. I must change my cord. Yeah, we went just one ride each. And there's a nice joke about that because there was a big sign. Okay, Steven, take care. Take care, Steven. Right, time for you to go. Take care. Have a nice day, Steven. Have a nice day. Have a nice day. Thank you for being here. Thanks a lot. Bye, Steven. Take care. See you later in the day. Veronique says the most frightening was a small car in South France, like a little box, and wind playing with it. Yes, like I told you, we were going down. We were like a train. It had seats and all. You put on your safety belt, and that's it. And it was going steep down, very steep, very steep. And you could adjust your seats if you wanted steeper or less steep. But it was going straight down, and then it would come up. So, and like you could take one ride and go down, and then you could go walking, walk along a trail and come somewhere else, and then take another ride somewhere else, So that is how it was made. Very nice. I love it. I love that. I love that area. Very nicely planned. Very nicely planned. Very nicely planned. I liked it. Take care, Stephen. Take care. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Oh, I didn't have a shave. I didn't have time. I was too tired today. I was too tired. Too tired. It's good I had my breakfast also early. Thank you, CK. Thank you, CK. There's a place in the sun, and before my life is done, got to find me a place in the sun. There's an old dusty road, and cable car, yeah. Yes, always a first experience is always a scary experience, right? At these big amusement park, they have these things like going boat ride, and then they have something going around like this. Oh, I'll never go in that. Oh, my insides will come outside. Even to go in a Ferris wheel, all my inside comes outside. I feel sick. I feel sick in the stomach, especially when it's coming down. I feel sick in my stomach. So at all these amusement parks, it's actually no use me going because I will not go for many rides. Many of the rides I will not. I have tried it, but that's it. I've tried it once, twice. Ferris wheel, I've gone a couple of times, but when I'm feeling so sick, and then you're feeling so sick in the stomach, you cannot enjoy the rest of the thing. So I said no, better to give it up. Better to give it up. How much is that dog in the window? The one with the waggly tail. How much is the dog in the window? The one with the waggly tail. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Santa Lucia, Santa Lucia. Do 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 do. Thank you, Ren. Thank you, Ren. Thank you, Ren. I can see the wonder in a fairy tale. You can take the future, even if you fail. I can see the angel, something good in everything I do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. When the time is ripe enough for you, I cross the sea. I have a dream. Do 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 I can see the angel, something good in everything I do. Do, do, do. They say you found somebody new, but I know no one else but you. Do, 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 do. All the love I had for you. They say you found somebody new, but I know no one else but you. How can you leave without regret? Am I that easy to forget? Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Your cheating heart. Do, do, do. When tears come down like falling rain, you toss around and call my name. Do, 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 do. Your cheating heart will tell on you. Do, 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 do. I crossed the stream. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. You sing very well. No, I just sing. That's it. Some songs I sing okay. Some songs are very bad. I just sing. Thank you, Veronica. I just sing. Once I start singing, I go from one song to another, and then it doesn't stop, Do, 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 do. Please help me, I'm falling in love with you. You belong to another. Maybe that's true. Turn away from me, darling. I'm begging you to. Please help me, I'm falling in love with you. Do, 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 do. Oh, today we have bright sun, bright sun, bright sun today. Veronica, I'm going out now. Thank you very much for this live. Trey about journey. Yes, have a nice day to you also. Yeah, you also have a nice day. You also have a nice day. Oh, for you it's almost sleeping time, right? For you it's time to sleep. So, um, bonne nuit, bonne nuit, bon nuit, bon nuit. I hope I got that correct pronunciation. Bon nuit. No, actually, it's not bon nuit. It's not night for you. It's not night for you. It's afternoon, right? Evening. 8 o'clock. It's only afternoon for you, right? Afternoon. Bonsuri. 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 It's only afternoon for you, 3 o'clock or something like that, right? Yeah, not night. Sorry, not night. Veronique, it's only afternoon for you. Okay, take care. Bye. Au revoir. Au revoir. Au revoir, Veronique. Au revoir. Thank you for coming, really, and talking about the topic and about a lot of conversation. Thank you for contributing a lot. Thank you so much. You have had a lot of experiences and travels. That's really good. Here I am, the one that you love, looking for a brand new day. Understand the one that you love. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Thank you, Chona. Thank you, Chona. I'm thinking I will end my live stream now, okay? Because not much interaction, okay? So, thank you everyone for being here. It was a wonderful discussion. Thanks for all your contribution to the chat. Pray for Martha, Stephen, Marna, Nair, Jazz to heal soon. And let us replace the pin message. Oh, I did not pin a message. Okay. So thank you again. Love to all of you, and God bless. Those who are starting their day, have a wonderful day. Those who are going to sleep, wish you the best. Have a safe sleep and good sleep. And hasta luego, au revoir. Meet you again. I know I have my streams one after the other: evening live stream, night silent live stream, morning live stream, and then the whole day nothing while you are all sleeping. But while you are sleeping, I am on your live stream. Whoever's on the silent live stream, I am on your silent live stream, and I will stay with you till you wake up. I will guard your side till you wake up. So yeah, I've got no cooking today. Just have to fill up one last form for my government work, and I'm done. Put it into the envelope, and I'm done. I just want to revise again, revise everything and make sure all the dates and everything are proper. So that's that. Okay. So take care and wish you all, and thank you for being here.